you find it lonely touring as a solo artist?
Almost definitely it is.
How do you deal with that?
Well, you know, I manage quite very well. Everywhere I go, I have friends, new friends. I create new friends. You know, but they're my next family. So I know that, you know, okay, I'm going to Toronto. Oh, I'm lost. No. You know, I know that where I have to go. So.
What would you say is the biggest challenge that you face in your career right now?
The biggest challenge I'm facing at the moment is to keep up with the economy of the arts. The economy of the arts, because, you know, to survive in this business of art, of dance more especially, I don't know what it takes. You know, you have to be a businessman. I'm not a businessman, I'm an artist. So, and I'm always on the road. So, you know, for me, to adjust myself to be a businessman and to be an artist, that's a big problem. Yeah, that's a big problem. And I don't want to spend my whole life, you know, going to the offices. I want to spend my time being in the studio, because that's where I belong. And I belong on stage, I belong in the studio. So, you know, and that's one of the reasons why I left South Africa, because there's nothing there. You know, the economy is so bad that, you know, I can't really cope with it. So I then, you know, end up going somewhere else, doing a lot of touring by myself and going to teach different students in different countries.
I know you're a solo artist and you travel and you choreograph. Do you take training for yourself? Like, do you go and take training from other people, different styles of dance?
Yes, no, I do. For example, if I happen to go to Japan, I go to, even though, you know, sumo is done by big men, you know, I go to study sumo or kibuki, for example. You know, I don't necessarily go to do like more of the contemporary side, because I'm much more intrigued by the traditional side of movement. So because with the contemporary, I can just do it anytime. But then with the more of the traditional side, because it's got so many different, you know, elements into it, so much details that, you know, sometimes you can't pinpoint, because it just comes from the inside. You have to feel the movement. So yeah, I do, like, you know, train on, you know, I go to different classes. Yeah.
How do you balance your workload when you're busy, when you take time off and you're just working by yourself, and you're traveling and touring and not going home or talking to family? In the midst of all this, you must have some balance for you. How do you accomplish that?
I do find a lot of balance. You know, I even though I may have a lot of traveling in between, I'm very firm, you know, on my time break. Very firm, like, you know, firm. So there's South African accent. You know, I say, okay, to my agency, 3 months, no work for me. I'm not traveling at all. So what do you want to do, Vincent? No money's coming in. Sure, so fine. And I want to have a moment for myself so that I can come back, you know, on earth. Because I can't just be flying always. I have to collect myself so that, you know, I begin a new life. Yeah, because you can't, for me, I can't, you know, do the whole life and then want to start again. It will be very difficult. You know, I have to create a new life, because, you know, life continues. You know, you create new life every single time. And lots of relaxing. Smelling the breath of, you know, the earth and the wind and whatever. Yeah. And, you know, being honest with yourself, you know, and, you know, because it can be a very risky business. Yeah.